Hello everyone, welcome. My name is Eric with Homeless Helping Homeless. Welcome to our Scratch and Win live stream. Remember, we have opportunities to win up to $200,000 in cash and prizes, anywhere from $5 to $10,000 as far as our scratch offs, and of course the grand prize of the brand new Dodge Charger. All right, so as I've said before, if you take a look on last Friday's video, you'll know what we're all about is to get the homeless off the street and into permanent housing. All right, so we won't go too much further into that. You can just go down into the description below and go to our website, and that'll go ahead and describe in detail what we're all about. In the meantime, what we're doing is raising money for this organization to get the homeless off the street into permanent housing. That's where the money is going towards, is our organization to do that. All right, so let's see here. What we'll do is we'll start off today with some shout outs, or rather what we're looking for before I get to the shout outs. What do we need? All right, so for example, what we need is affiliates rather. We were looking to work with affiliates to get our program out there, the Scratch and Win program, and we would like to work with you. Okay, also what do we need? We also need clothing for men, women, and children. And the sizes that we're looking for are anywhere from extra small, medium, and large. All right, so anywhere in that size factor. Also, we need, of course, food, toiletries, cleaning supplies, but also volunteers. Volunteers to help answer our phones. Volunteers to help us with our program, and volunteers to help us with anything else that we need. So those are the things that we need. Those are the things that we are looking for. And of course, we're always looking for viewers, viewers to come to our live stream to see what exactly is what we're doing here. And what we're doing here is you go ahead and make a donation and $10 more, and you get a scratch off, which I will do right here. And as you can see, what it'll show up into the camera there, and I'll go ahead and scratch it off for you. And again, those cash prizes are anywhere from $5 to $10,000, as well as the opportunity to win the brand new Dodge Charger. All right, so with that being said, again, all proceeds go to our organization of Homeless Helping Homeless, and this to get the homeless off the street into permanent housing. All right, so what I'll do is I'll start off today with a shout out. Well, let me start off first with my partner in crime here, E. How are you today, E?
Not Mr. this time, just E. I've been demoted.
You've been demoted?
I've been demoted. I'm no longer Mr. E. I'm just E.
Just E.
I can't believe the disrespect in this place.
All right, E, how are you doing today?
I'm doing good.
Excellent. Everybody survived that little hurricane we had over the last weekend, or was that last weekend or the weekend before these?
That was
it's flying by.
I think that was the last weekend. I was legitimately worried about that one, because it was like, got demoted to a tropical storm. It's like, never mind, it's coming back with a vengeance. It's powered up. It's full of anger, and it's coming for you.
Right, it's coming over.
And it's like the news, like the alerts on your phone are like, be safe or else you're gonna die.
Yeah.
And I'm a little bit worried about this. And so I go to sleep and I'm like expecting to wake up in the middle of a maelstrom next morning. I just wake up and it's normal.
Right.
And I go outside and I'm like, where is this hurricane? That was it. Nothing happened.
Yeah, we definitely got lucky with that one, especially with that warm water in the Gulf. We were definitely a little bit worried about that, especially with all those warnings you're getting over your cell phone. So definitely a little bit worried about that. Other than that, so what I'll go ahead and do is start off with a shout out. Again, we are always looking for affiliates to work with. Let's go ahead and start off with, before I get into that, these other websites that we go to check out to see what else is going on out there. One of the things that E and I agree upon is what we like is the positive energy that these different sites have, the different hosts that host their live streams. And it's funny, you have all different kinds of personalities from those who are very calm to those who have so much energy. You're wondering if they're going to burst off the screen. And of course, the amounts that they deal with, anywhere from a few dollars up to several $1,000s, and the purchasing of tickets. So their winning percentages are all over the place. There's some who win as little as a few dollars to some who win several $1,000s. So it's very interesting. So I'll give a shout out. Start us off here. Pardon me. Start us off here with one that I liked, which was Scratchaholic. These names, I also like the names that they come up with. The names are all over the place. Like ours is Scratch and Win, right? Very simple, scratch and win. Where some of these, the creativity of their, pardon me, their handles is very interesting. So Scratchaholic, I'd like to give a shout out. I saw on your video there. I didn't see the live stream. You won $145. So congratulations on that. And that's a hard fought win. Scratch offs, because everybody has a different what would you call it, formula of how they purchase these scratch offs. I know some people, what they do is they literally go to, there was one girl that we know of, she goes to literally about 5 or 6 different stores all over Tampa. And now that's on a regular day. Now if she's winning, she will literally go to anywhere from 10 to 15 stores if she's winning. And I asked her, and the reason why I know this is because she told us just flat out, she'll usually go to about 5 or 6 stores. And then, of course, if she's winning, she'll do the 10 to 15 stores. And I asked her, why is that? She goes, because she has a formula, which was crazy. And I said, what is your formula? And she's telling me about it. And I'm just sitting there mind boggled, because it's checking the numbers, where, and when you walk into those stores, there's so many different types of scratch offs, anywhere from, Choo Choo Train or whatever it is, to, what was it, word puzzles, to, what's the one, word puzzle, what do you call that? The one where it's...
The crossword?
Crossword puzzles. Crossword puzzles, they're just all over the place. And when you walk in and you see how many different ones that there are, it's crazy. So she says she has a formula. She knows, she'll ask what number, some of them are at the moment. If they're at a certain number, she won't touch that one. She'll come back in a few hours, to then purchase just one. And I said, well, what if, the numbers are looking, the numbers, quote unquote, are looking good, wherever it is in the roll. Then I'll buy a few of that particular one. So, a lot of it, she said, it is gut feeling, but then, a lot of it goes to this formula that she has. So, what do you think about that?
That kind of sounds like, isn't there that weird religion thing that deals with numbers? It's like astrology, but with numbers. It kind of reminds me of that, where it's, you're just kind of like, I don't know, there's meanings behind the numbers.
Right.
And so they'll tell us what to do. And
well, the universe, right? The universe is telling us that numerology type thing.
I mean, I don't know that much about it. I unfortunately know more about astrology, but against my will, I've been subjected to having to hear about it online.
Astronomy or
astrology?
Oh, okay.
Astronomy is cool because space is awesome.
Yes.
And stars and stuff.
Right.
And other planets.
Right.
And then astrology is just like, well, okay. I do take it back a little bit, because there is something very fun about astrology, and that's when you give somebody like your wrong birth date, and they're like, oh, that makes you like a so-and-so sign, that says so much about you, and it's like not at all what your actual sign is.
Oh yes, like the fortune tellers, right? I'm reading your palm.
Well, not necessarily fortune tellers, who, like, depending on what they do, is pretty cool. Like I don't believe in like that tarot reading actually does anything.
Yeah, the tarot cards.
But it's awesome. So, like, good on them for doing that. Tarot cards are objectively cool, and like, even though I'd go to a tarot reading and be like, this has taught me nothing, at the end, I'd still pay for it because it's just awesome.
But because it's a source of entertainment too.
Yeah, kind of.
Yes.
It's just, tarot cards are awesome. I actually have a tarot deck myself, but it's all themed around this other franchise. They got like each card was drawn by a different artist and has a different character on it. It's pretty
Right.
awesome.
Okay.
I mean, so actually, I still need to learn how to do tarot myself because I have the deck, but I have no idea how to use it. So I just look at the cards.
I have a deck myself, and each one says, "You are the greatest. You are a winner. Everything is for you." That's what each card says for me.
That's not creepy at all.
That's what my tarot card says.
That's the tarot deck of a serial killer.
What? That they're all fantastic. There's
Yeah.
no downside.
What's the guy from American Psycho, Patrick Bateman? He'd have that.
He played Batman.
Yeah. No, what was his character name?
Oh, that's right. I don't know
What was
his
it?
character. I actually didn't see that one, but
I don't know why that movie's so popular. I think it's highly overrated.
yeah, some of them are highly. But I want to give a quick shout out to Sir Richard Branson for his accomplishment in reaching space. Congratulations, Sir Richard, in your accomplishment. A little, what is it? A little over a decade. A decade is 10 years, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So a little over a decade, but you did it. You stuck with it, stuck to your guns, and you made it. So congratulations to you on that. You and your crew. So congratulations to you on that. But getting back to your movie idea there, yeah, I'm not sure why that particular one is so popular. It really.
I don't know. There's some movies that are popular, and I just watch it, and I kind of like, it's not bad. But it's not incredible. Why is this so popular? It's not a bad movie. It's just not a good movie either. It's an entirely forgettable movie.
I forget. Well, Mila Kunis, she did part 2 of that movie.
Well, I could understand that having its own appeal for another reason.
Sure, exactly. She is a beautiful woman. But all right, so everyone, just to let you know what we're doing out here. My name is Eric with Homeless Helping Homeless, and what we're doing is this is our Scratch Off and Win YouTube channel, and you have the opportunity to win anywhere from $5 to $10,000, and of course the grand prize being a brand new Dodge Charger. We have up to $200,000 to win. We have here our Scratch Off, which of course I'll go ahead and do this live when you make your donation. Just click into the description below, go to our website, you can make your donation, and I will go ahead and scratch this off right here. And what will happen is your winnings, when you win, we will go ahead and email you, and then what we'll do is ask you which platform you would like us to send the money to. PayPal, Zelle, check, whichever platform you like, we'll go ahead and send that. What we ask of you is once you win, is please go ahead and to write back in to our text chat and tell us that you have won. So that way everybody out there sees that, hey, this is legitimate. They are doing a scratch off and people are winning and they are receiving their money. Okay, you are receiving your money. So when you win, please tell us which platform you'd like us to send the money to. Of course, we'll email you and tell you you won. Zelle, what's the other one? Zelle, PayPal, check, whichever platform you wish. We'll send that money to you. All we ask is that once you receive your money, just write back into the text chat that you have, in fact, received your money, and we are legitimate. All right? Okay, so today is, Wednesday, correct?
Yeah.
Wednesday Hump Day, the 14th of July, 2021.
It kind of both feels like it's the beginning of the week and the end of the week, but not the middle.
Yeah. This week has been kind of a funky week. I completely forgot what day I was in. I was actually thinking today was Monday for some reason. Usually I'm thinking it's the end of the week, but today...
Today feels like Tuesday for me. Tuesday felt like Monday. Monday felt more like a Friday.
Yeah, Monday, that is true. It did feel like, I don't know what that
I don't know what it was, but I woke up on Monday and I was like, ugh, the week's just starting and I already feel like this. And then Tuesday and today I'm just kind of like, this isn't going so bad and it's already halfway over.
Exactly. Not going so bad. That's the positive side. Not going so bad. It's creeping along, making it through, not going so bad. All right, let me go ahead and give another shout out here to another one. Another one I like here is the scratching the itch. Scratching the itch. Like I said, I love these names that they come up with here. Scratching the itch. I didn't see what they won in that particular one, but liked the name. He had a great video. Another one here is, let's see here. Scratches the Scratcher.
Scratches the Scratcher?
Yeah, let me look at this here. Oh, Scratch-tastic Scratcher.
Oh, that makes more sense.
Scratch-tastic. My writing, if you saw my writing, you'd go, not sure. But Scratch-tastic Scratcher. That's a great one. On their website, he won $20 on his. And this is one that was a crossword. This is a crossword puzzle. That one I've never seen actually played before. Until I saw that one, I hadn't really seen a scratch off crossword. Where
are you any good at crosswords?
Pretty good.
I'm terrible at them.
Are you? Yeah.
I don't know what it is, but if you ask me to I know a lot of words.
Mm-hmm.
This makes me sound like an idiot saying that. I know many words. I have all the words. I don't know. I can't say that without sounding like a clown. But I'd say I have a decent vocabulary. I talk like some kind of valley girl at times. But I actually do know a lot of words because I do read a lot. But if you ask me for a specific word, like in a crossword, I just blank and I can't think of it. So I'm terrible at them. Yeah.
Huh. All right.
I'll know what the word in the crossword is, but because the crossword is asking me for the word, my mind's just like, nope, can't do it. You know, 3 words. That's all I got.
I think it's what's the word? Anxiety, like a test anxiety.
No, it's not anxiety. It's like if somebody asks you what's your favorite food, and you'll just blank on all food that you like. It's like
that's
that.
True. That's true.
If somebody asks you, hey, what do you want? What do you want for your birthday? And you can't think of anything. All throughout the week, you might be thinking oh, I'd love this. Oh, I'd love this. And somebody asks you, and you have no idea.
All of a sudden,
it's
the mind
just
goes
like that.
Yeah, like a bottleneck, right? All that information that was flowing through nice and easily. This is what I like. When my birthday comes around, this is what I would like to get. And then all of a sudden, well, so what would you like? That's a great question.
It's
let me get back to you on that.
Yeah, the crossword will be this word is a synonym of hot. And my brain will be scorching. And then that's it. That's the only synonym for hot that there is. And I'm scorching doesn't work. It's another one. No, that's it. That's the only one. I don't know what it is, but it just completely shuts down. It just gives me one answer for each thing. It's never the right one.
Well, that's okay. Play when you're relaxed. Sometimes, one of my friends who does the crossword, similar to E here, what he'll do is he'll get all hyped up because he's trying to. What he does is he has a clock, and he has. I have this amount of time to finish the crossword puzzle. So he makes it a competition. It's not something that he's doing, leisurely. And you can see the intensity, and I could just see him freezing up here and there. I go, why don't you just play it? Just relax. Cup of coffee. Got the TV on in the background, or maybe some music. And what's interesting, here's the funny part, is he finishes it faster when he's relaxed than if he puts himself under the gun and has a clock. And I said, well, why do you do the clock? He said, well, it's competition, got to keep the mind sharp. And so what I'll do is go ahead and get the clock out, get ready, just like I'm going into a game. And I said, well, if you take a look at, any professional athlete, if they get all hyped up like that, then a lot of times they get that performance anxiety and they don't perform well in whatever sport there is. I remember one with Joe Montana, back in the Super Bowl he was in, the one against the Cowboys, in which, I think it was 4th down or something like that, and they're going for the end zone, and they're in the huddle, and he looks over and he sees John Candy sitting in the stands, and so in the huddle.
Joe Montana, John Candy.
Yes.
These sound like auto-generated names.
Auto-generated names. No, these are in fact famous people. Yeah. So Joe Montana, he comes back to the huddle and he says, to the guys, he goes, "Hey, listen, John Candy's over there in the stands," and they're like, "Joe, get your head in the game." His head was in the game, but there's that. If you relax, then you're able to perform at a much higher rate because you're just letting the mind, the subconscious kind of take over and play. So with that being said, the subconscious, here we are. We have a card. We would like you to play.
Please don't try to brainwash our viewers.
I'm trying not to brainwash you today. What I'm trying to convey is that any winnings that we receive all go to our organization to help the homeless get off the street into permanent housing here at Homeless Helping Homeless. Remember, cash prizes from $5 to $10,000, as well as grand prize of a brand new Dodge Charger. So I'd like to give another shout out here to, let's see here, Scratch-tastic, that was a great one. Scratch the itch. All right, here we go. We have Dave's Lotto Madness. Dave's Lotto Madness. Now on his, he won $36. On his video, he won $36, and he spent $80. So, that's almost 50%. So that's a pretty good return there.
Wait, actually, the math for that should be pretty easy because it's only 4 short of 50%.
Right.
Which is, 5% of 80?
Actually, it comes up.
So that should be 45%, right?
Yeah, about 45%. Yeah, because it's only 4 short of 50%.
Yeah.
So about 45% return.
It's always nice when the numbers are easy.
So that's pretty good, 45% return, $80, got back what he was looking for, so not too shabby. Another one I'd like to go ahead and give a shout out to here is Scratchers on Saturday. Scratchers on Saturday. Now, theirs was much less purchase. They only purchased $10, and they won $2. So that's a 20% return. That's not too bad.
Well, our scratch-off tickets are $10, and the smallest prize is $5.
That's correct.
So
you read my mind.
We
have a higher.
The numbers speak for themselves.
Yes. The lowest you can win is $5. The most you can win is $10,000.
Or a car.
Or a brand new Dodge Charger.
Yeah, it's a pretty cool car. I've seen it myself.
Pretty cool. Cobalt blue, as you see right up here in the little picture there. That's basically what it looks like. The wheels are a little bit different, newer. It's a little more muscular looking, but the color is the same, cobalt blue. So it's a sweet car. Black interior, very nice.
I said we should just keep the car for ourselves, but that idea was nixed.
Go do some joyriding. All right, so what else can we talk about today to bring in our viewers and make them feel a little more, entertain them a little bit? So far,
I was reading this funny story. I mentioned in a stream before about this guy who almost died 7 times before winning the lottery.
Oh, yes.
So he won £600,000 somewhere in the UK.
Okay.
And this guy, in action movies where the guy's in a car, right?
Right.
And he ends up driving the car off a cliff or something, has to jump out and grab onto something. The car goes flying into the ravine and explodes.
Yes.
That happened to this guy.
Are you serious?
He got in a head-on collision with a bus in the Croatian mountains. And it caused his car to plummet into a 90-meter deep gorge. Jeez. And so he jumped out of his car and grabbed a tree branch to save himself as his car plummeted down and exploded upon hitting the bottom.
That's like 280 feet.
It was.
Holy cow. 280 feet. And he jumps out and grabs a tree branch. Just like in the movie.
Yeah, he got a year before that, he got hit by a bus. Not in his car, just walking, got hit by a bus. He was fine.
Are you serious?
Yeah. There's a...
Hit by a bus.
There's a... These ones absolutely get me. Sometime before that, 22 years before that, his car just starts spewing fire at him. He's sitting in his car, and out of the air vents comes actual jets of fire.
This is out of his air vents.
Yeah.
That's where
actual jets of fire. And wait, this guy's 3 years before that.
Hold on.
His car decides, No, not even the jets of fire. I'm just gonna actually explode, and he's in his car, and his engine explodes.
And this is the same car.
No. His car just exploded. It's not the same car.
I'm thinking, okay, he takes his car back, but you said many years before the car exploded.
Who would be in a car and his car explodes? And you're like, you go back to the dealership, and you're like, that car that blew up and almost killed me, I'd like another one of those, please.
I want one like that. Well, first I want the car that spews fire out of the vents. I want that one first, right? I want that one first.
Well, it spewed. No, so the car exploded, and he gets another car, and that car spews fire at him. I'm going backwards in time here, because 4 years before his car explodes, he's on a bus that drives into a river. 3 years before that, this is, I think, the most insane one. All right, this guy is on a plane, and he gets sucked out of the plane.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
He gets sucked out of the plane?
Out of the plane, in flight.
In flight?
In flight, and he survives by landing in a haystack.
Wait a minute. He gets sucked out of the plane.
He gets sucked out of the plane.
Now, does it say how many feet they were at?
Nope. Obviously, probably not like, super high up in the sky.
Obviously, yeah.
Nothing like, well, I would say you're not going to survive a fall like that, but there was a guy in like World War II who just, I think I forget if he got shot down. I think he had his plane got shot down, so he jumped out, his parachute malfunctioned.
Right.
And he just kind of crashed into a building and survived. Like he went plummeting through like the glass ceiling of a museum, hit the ground.
Right.
I think he has like the world record for like the longest fall anybody's ever survived.
Jeez Louise, man.
Yeah, I think he went on to survive that. I think eventually like the Germans found him and captured him, and he just made it out at the end as a prisoner of war.
That's absolutely crazy.
But yeah, so he got blown out of a plane. He had the back door of the plane just blew out and just sucked out like a couple of people, including himself, and he landed in a haystack and lived.
And he was.
And the year before that, he was riding on a train that derailed and plunged into a river.
If I were this guy, I would stay away from water.
Well, so that's the thing. So, over the course of those 34 years, he almost died 7 times in increasingly unsettling and impossible scenarios, such as, action movie car stunt.
Yeah,
and getting sucked out of an actual plane. How that never happens. And yet that happened to him. And then after that, he wins 600,000 pounds and then just goes on to have a completely uneventful life.
After that.
Yeah, so I guess, he was just saving up all his good luck for that one moment.
I would guess so. That's what you call 7 times? So he's got 2 more. This guy sounds like he's got 9 lives going on. This cat sounds like he's got 9 lives. He's got 2 left.
There's this popular character from this game/show.
Right.
And this guy's ability was that he had like crazy luck, but it'd be crazy bad and crazy good.
Oh yes.
And it would just alternate between the two. Like he'd go, and like it frequently caused problems with people around him. Like he'd be up by the side of the road and try to get something from a vending machine.
Right.
So he'd put the money in, and it would jam, of course, and so it's like his food doesn't come out.
Right.
So he's kind of upset about that. And then like one of his classmates is like walking down the road and like nearly gets hit by a car and goes flying to the side and bumps into the vending machine, and like several things all fall into the vending machine for him.
Oh, well, there you go.
So it's like, so yes, his money got stuck and they got it back, but it's like, then somebody almost got run over by it.
Right.
I think at one point he just disappears from the show for a while because he gets like stranded on an island. Like his plane crashes or something and he's just kind of on an island. So it's like, it's terrible. And it's like an island with like water and like food everywhere, and then it's just him and like several women.
I can see why.
So the guy just has his own little paradise for like a couple months. So like it just kind of. So like I think like a couple episodes, it's like they couldn't have him around because of the plot, he just kind of be a problem. So they had to put him somewhere for a while. So he just ended up on an island. So that's kind of made me think of this guy who almost dies 7 times and wins a lot. His name was Brain Selak. I'm probably pronouncing that correctly.
From Croatia, I guess.
Yeah, Croatian.
Unbelievable. 280 feet plunging into a gorge. Unbelievable. And then gets hit by a bus, flames out of the...
Is on a train that's derailed, gets sucked out of a plane. So gets on a train that derails. A year later, sucked out of a plane. 3 years later, buses and drives into a river. 4 years later, his car explodes. 3 years later, his car sets him on fire. Then 22 years after that, he gets hit by a bus. And it's 1 year after that, he has the car dive, where he jumps out and grabs onto the tree branch as it explodes under him. And then so it's another 7 years after that's when he wins the lottery, and then it's just nothing after that. His luck finally balanced it out, and he got to be a normal dude.
Oh, you look at something like that and you say, okay, what am I meant to do?
It's like the guy who made the saxophone who almost kept dying before he invented the saxophone.
Do what?
The guy who invented the saxophone had like an enormous number of near-death experiences before he made the saxophone.
Really?
Yeah.
That one I did not know about. The horn section would not be the same without the saxophone. Jazz.
Nothing would. The world would
to exist.
Life is not worth living without the saxophone.
Exactly. I love the saxophone. Love the saxophone. That rich sound. Holy cow. Near-death experiences. You live through them. Question is, what am I supposed to do with that life? Or this life? Adolf Sax. Okay, there you go. Holy cow.
Yep, Adolf Sax.
It's the metal
He's a musical instrument designer born in Belgium.
There we go.
I actually recall that he tried to invent some other instruments.
Right.
One of them was like a bass trombone or something, but it was like it looked more like a piece of plumbing.
Really?
Like if you imagine some complicated building with like a big plumbing thing,
right,
and you just took a saw and just sawed out a big square of that, and you just have pipes running everywhere. That's kind of what the instrument looked like.
Well, speaking of that, if you look at a bassoon, for those of you who don't know what a bassoon is, it's a rather large instrument, beautiful sound, but that thing it is a big instrument.
Oh, I found it. So the inventor of the saxophone. As a child, he fell from a height of 3 floors and hit his head on a stone and was believed dead.
Wow.
At the age of 3, he drank a bowl full of acidic water.
Oh.
And then swallowed a pin after that.
Whoa.
He received serious burns from a gunpowder explosion and once fell into a hot cast iron frying pan. He avoided accidental poisoning and asphyxiation several times from sleeping in a room where varnished furniture was drying. And he also once got hit on the head by a cobblestone and fell into a river, almost dying.
Unbelievable.
His neighbors called him Little Sax the Ghost.
Wow.
6-piston trombone.
A 6-piston trombone. That is crazy. That's crazy. You have the 6-string guitar. The 12-string, now that is a beautiful sounding instrument, and that is complicated to play. Holy cow, but a 6-piston trombone. I wonder what that would sound like.
Well, I don't think it ever took off, so I guess it didn't sound that good.
Oh,
there you go, 6-piston trombone.
Yeah, you take a look at that on the internet, everyone. 6-piston trombone. Oh, we've got it right here.
Yeah, there you go.
6-piston trombone. Adolf Sax.
So yeah, that's you see what I mean about it kind of looking like a piece of plumbing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, there's just too many pipes going on there.
Yeah, that is definitely, inventions. How people come up with different things. It's absolutely, it really is amazing. Some of the stuff that we come up with. For example, space flight. How do you come up with space flight? Then you got to go back, all the way to the.
Well, I imagine you invent regular flight and you just go higher.
I'm gonna bite my tongue. I'm gonna bite my tongue.
I'm gonna be in for it later.
Not say anything in response to that, but how we all come about things. And what's interesting is sometimes when inventions are coming to fruition, sometimes 2 individuals or a number of individuals can come up with that same invention basically at the same time.
That does happen.
And it's pretty interesting that that does happen, that somebody has the same idea and they come to the same conclusion in the same manner of how that invention is put together. That's what's cool. So you could be on the other side of the world, and we come up with the same idea, and how it's all put together, piece by piece, and it's almost the exact same thing. And that's what's pretty cool, I think. We have billions of people all over the world, but yet, coming up with the same idea at the same time, and it looks the same and works the same. That's, you'd think, oh, that shouldn't be too hard. You got, what do we have here? Almost 8 billion people on the planet. But at the same time, everybody's, there's all those little nuances in the way we think and the way we live our lives. Not everybody's in the same position.
It makes you think about how people, humans are just always fundamentally the same. Like, over time, like, there's the ancient cave drawings of cavemen just kind of staring off into space, like, contemplating the future.
Contemplating the future.
Yeah, just, kind of, I think the art, there was like an article on an archaeologist was saying that, early man had some heavy things on his mind.
Yes, early man had heavy things on his mind. What am I going to eat today? Where am I going to sleep today?
Yeah, my person wrote the caption, Grug not know what to do. Grug scared of the ahead time. There's stuff like that, and there was a guy in I think it was Pompeii, maybe.
Okay.
Where but it was like one of those ancient cities.
Right.
And he had a huge collection of clay tablets with writing on them.
Okay.
And he was like he sold like stones or something to people, and he sold like bad products. He sold like deliberately bad stuff to cut corners on his end and save money. Like fully well known as doing lie to his customers and everything. And so he had a room where he collected all the angry like reviews that people left him.
In stone.
Yeah, because you don't had to carve it into tablets with the descendant kind of thing, because they didn't have like the paper, so that's how they wrote stuff. Mm-hmm. So he had a collection of all the angry letters or bad reviews that people had left him about his business, and so he just collected them. What a terrible person, but it's super funny to hear about. Eons later.
Right. What is it? What's that tablet? The Rosetta Stone, or no?
The Rosetta. Yeah, that one that they found with the 3 different writing systems on it.
Right. Basically, what that's all about is bad reviews. Bad reviews of products purchased at that time in 3 different languages.
What was the Rosetta Stone about? Was that, I forget what was. I know why it's famous. I don't remember what the actual.
Well, I remember
there's
a piece missing. There's like a large chunk of it missing.
I think wasn't it like a kind of like a testament to some dude who died or something, like a.
That's a great question.
Kind of like a gravestone thing or something.
No, I don't think it was a gravestone. I think it was
not like a gravestone, but kind of like this dude was the best. He did so much in his life, kind of thing.
But it was written in 3 different languages.
Well, yeah, because it was 3 different languages. Because you had, it's like the ancient Egyptian, which nobody could read, and then there's like 2 other kind of languages going around at the same time in Egypt. And so they wrote in those 2 as well, so those people could understand it. So that was the big thing, because they couldn't understand, like people couldn't read hieroglyphics at the time, and the other language they didn't really know much about, but the third language they knew. So now that they had now that they understood what the text meant, they could begin to decipher it. So that's why it was so significant. I just don't remember like what the text itself was about.
Yeah, I think Sumerian might have been one of the languages as well. I'm just trying to remember. I can kind of see a picture of it in my head. I think like you said, there's ancient Sumerian, and then there's hieroglyphics, and then one other one. I don't remember what that was. But what in the world was it about? We will have to find that out.
We'll have to find that on our special archaeology segment tomorrow.
That's correct. That's correct. And what we'll do in the meantime is we'll give another shout out here to some other different sites that we have taken a look at just to see what's out there. Again, one of the things that we love about these different sites is the positive attitude. We love the positive attitude of these different presenters and the energy that they give off. Let's see here. The other one that we took a look at was Chasing. I like this one, Chasing Lottery Millions. Chasing Lottery Millions. A shout out to you all. And looks like in that particular episode that we saw, you'd won $30. So congratulations on that one. Congratulations on that one. Another one that we both liked here has a cool name to it. It's called Scratch and Tater. Scratch and Tater. Scratch and Tater. Now that particular one, they go flying through the presentation, and what I mean by that is it sounds like they have the tone or the speed with which the individual is speaking set a couple of clicks higher, in other words, as far as speed is concerned, that they're speaking than normal, like myself. So I'm talking like right now, and this person almost sounds like Alvin and the Chipmunks. He's speaking so fast. In that particular video, one of the things that we liked about it was that he has his own coin that says it says Scratch and Tater right on the coin. So I thought that was cool. But again, what our program here, Scratch and Win, what we're all about is raising money for Homeless Helping Homeless. That's our organization to get the homeless off the street into permanent housing. All of the donations go towards our organization to make that happen. Click on the link below, click on the description below, and you'll see what we're all about. Just go to our website, and it's all in full detail. Or you can take a look at Friday. I did an hour-long presentation on it, and you'll go ahead and see what we're all about there as well. In the meantime, remember, when you win or when you donate, make your $10 donation, you'll get your scratch-off card. I will scratch it off here live so that you can see that it's being done live right there in the live stream, okay? And then what will happen is when you win, what we'll do is go ahead and email to you that you have won. And then what we'll ask you is where you would like the money sent, how would you like that money sent, and of course there's the different platforms. Of course you have PayPal, you have Zelle, or we'll send it to you by check, or any other platform that you wish. All we ask is that in return is that when you do receive that money, is to please go ahead and put into our text chat there that you have in fact received that money. So that way everybody else who's playing can see that this is legitimate. It is live streamed, so you see us scratching off the ticket right here. All right, you see us scratching off the ticket right here, and then either you win or maybe not win. And then we'll go ahead and email you to tell you that you won and ask you which platform you would like your money sent to. Again, Zelle, PayPal, check, or whichever. So all we ask in return is that you go ahead and write back into the text chat there that you have in fact received the money in your hand to show that we are legitimate. And that makes everybody feel more comfortable in playing our game. Okay? So with that being said, all right, what time do we have here? It looks like it's almost
1:43.
1:43. So we have about 17 minutes left in today's presentation. Tomorrow we'll be online again. Tomorrow is Thursday, and we will be online again live in our live stream from 1 o'clock to 2 o'clock. And on Friday, we'll be live twice in that day. We'll do 1 o'clock to 2 o'clock, our normally scheduled time frame, which is Monday through Friday, 1 o'clock to 2 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then what we'll go ahead and do on Friday only, we will go ahead and do a second live stream, and that'll be about 7 o'clock. Well, not about 7 o'clock. It'll be 7 o'clock to 8 o'clock, again, Eastern Standard Time. So we'll have a two-show live stream on Friday. Tomorrow will be our regularly scheduled 1 o'clock to 2 o'clock time frame.
Well, I was thinking, it is always about 7, because it's pretty hard to hit 7 exactly. Because, there's always smaller fragments of time around there. And then I started thinking about Achilles and the hair and that whole problem.
Yes.
I just kind of went down a spiral there.
Or a little rabbit hole.
In my head thinking about that. Yeah.
Achilles in the hair, or a little rabbit hole.
Yeah, it's you know that story, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Achilles challenges the hare to a race, and
not gonna happen. The zigging and the zagging.
Yeah, it was No, I can't remember. Yeah, no, it was because Achilles was faster than the hare, so the hare was like, but surely you're so fast you could give me a head start. And Achilles was like, sure, why not? So the hare is like, all right, I've already won. And Achilles is like, how? And the hare is like, well, if you have a 10 feet head start on you, you'll cross it pretty quickly, but it'll take you some time to catch up to those 10 feet. In that time, I'll have moved forwards.
That's correct.
And so in the time it takes you to catch up to me again, I'll still have moved forwards, and so you'll perpetually be catching up to me until I get to the end and win.
That's correct.
So Achilles couldn't argue with that logic. And
I like that logic.
That was a problem for a very long time for philosophers, mathematicians, for everybody really, because the logic is kind of irrefutable. Yet at the same time, Achilles would definitely win the race against the hare in real life. So he had a hard time explaining away that conundrum. And so in the end, they did that. You have infinite sums that will actually add up to a real number that 1/2 plus 1/4 plus 1/8 plus 1/16. Each one decreases by half at a time. Equals 1 exactly, like that infinite sum.
Gotcha.
Which is And so I remember actually in calculus, those kind of proofs came up a lot where you'd have to prove that it's equaling some actual number.
Right. Well, there you go. Today's math lesson, Achilles and the hare. Look it up.
Yeah, it's a fun one.
Yeah, math is fun. Makes the world go around. Allows us to get to A to B more efficiently.
That's gravity and momentum you're thinking of.
Well, but the calculations. You have to have mathematics for the calculations. There we go. What I was going to say was, kind of harking back to that, I'm trying to remember, I can't remember who figured out what was the circumference of the Earth. And this is, I think, back towards like in Copernicus's time. I can't remember who figured out what was the circumference of the Earth, and it was about that time. And you're looking at the type of the type of mathematics that was practiced at that time, but also what did they have to use? They're shooting the star, they're looking at the horizon, and I'm trying to remember what else they used. And then they come up with this calculation for what is the circumference of the Earth, and this is about 300 years ago.
I think, wasn't there one guy who got a pretty accurate circumference of the Earth by building just two very large towers a distance apart, and went to each one was able to, or something like that the guy was able to go to two different locations, do the measurements there,
right,
and then extrapolate the circumference of the Earth to a pretty good degree, which is kind of one of those things where you hear it and you're like, that could be legit, but at the same time, the Earth isn't exactly round. It's covered in mountains and plains and flat areas. It's a big misshapen blob more than a perfect sphere.
Exactly.
So if you're just going to kind of somewhere else on the continent and doing the measurements there, I think it's more likely you just got lucky with those two areas.
Could have been.
Because it's because of something as blobby as that, you can't really pick 2 points and calculate circumference from that.
Yeah, it's always flexing. Yeah.
If you tried to get, if you're, for example, if the Earth was a cube,
right,
but you think it's a sphere and you're trying to get the measurements, you might get spherical measurements from two places, but it's not at all going to represent what the thing actually looks like.
No.
So I could be wrong, but I wonder if that guy just kind of got lucky with how accurate he was with the 2 points that he picked.
Well, that and what is it? Once you hit the horizon, I think the horizon is, you only have, from a visible standpoint, 7 miles, and then after that, you can't. In other words, because it's a blob type. I can't say design, shape is where I'm looking for. So,
of course, it was designed.
From, if you're standing at point A, point B, you can only see so far. Then after that, you can't see anymore because it's starting, the curvature of the curvature is there.
Everybody knows the Earth was made by the tiny leprechauns.
Say that.
Everybody knows the Earth was designed by the tiny leprechauns.
The tiny leprechauns did a pretty darn good job.
Yeah, it was
designing this blue marble that we live on.
It's not a marble. It's flat. It's a flat disc on top of 4 elephants on top of a turtle.
Ooh, that almost sounds like one of those what do you call it? When you said kind of reminded me of one of those Indian uh,
I think
type
I don't remember if it's an
stories.
actual like mythological story
Right.
about the Earth or not, but
Exactly.
it
Yeah.
is in Terry Pratchett's fantasy series Discworld. That is the actual world.
Right.
There's actually a group of scientists on the edge of the world who drop people off. Like, they have like a big like rope thing, and they lower
Yes.
people down in a capsule because they're trying to ascertain the gender of the turtle that they're all on. So they're dropping people down behind it to try to find out.
Right.
And the
Mythology.
main characters end up like interfering with one of their ceremonies at one point, and
Right.
I believe the main character actually gets dropped off the side of the world at that point. But he's like too important for the world at that point, so the turtle actually like dives to catch him back on the planet again.
Oh, really?
So he's falling off. The turtle dives underneath him, so he just falls back onto the disc.
Right.
Yeah,
Mythology. It's crazy, but very interesting at the same time.
yeah. I think there's a famous story of the guy was like, the woman was telling him, the earth is flat, it's up to the four elements on top of the turtle.
Right.
The guy's like, oh, well, what's the turtle on then? And she goes, another turtle. And he's like, well, what's that on? And she
Another
goes,
turtle.
look, you don't get it. It's turtles all the way down.
It's turtles as far as the eye can see.
It's just one turtle on top of another.
And with that being said, let's go ahead and give another shout out here to some of the other YouTubers out there. One is we did Scratcher. What is it? Scratcher? Is that what I have written there?
Scratcher.
Scratcher. Now,
Like pizza, but Scratcher.
yeah, kind of like what was that Little Caesar
Yeah,
Scratcher. So Scratcher. We were watching his. He made he bought $110 worth of tickets, and he had a pretty good return on his. He got $75 back. So he got a almost a 75% return there in regards to his investment. Another one that we have here, I like this one here, is called Slim Lee Scratchers. Slim Lee Scratchers. Now, he did great on this particular video that we saw. He had spent 105 is what he spent, and he won 235. So he had a fantastic day on that particular day. As I said before, Scratchers on Saturday, they spent $10 and got back $2. So that was a fun one to watch. It was a pretty short one, not much. There was basically about I think he had five tickets, or four tickets. No, 5 tickets. No, actually, it was 2 tickets, two $5 tickets. Let's see here. Another one I'd like to give a shout out to is Extreme Scratchers. Extreme Scratchers. They got a $10 win. There's one in here I enjoyed watching as well, or we enjoyed watching, was franchise kicks. Franchise kicks. Franchise kicks. This is a husband and wife team, and pardon me. They were having a lot of fun. That's what made it enjoyable. The back and forth between the two of them. They had a lot of fun with their particular one, and they won $90. They won $90 worth of scratch off. So that was a fun one to see. Let's see here. Who else do we have on our list that was fun to watch? Christina Ace. That was a fun one to watch as well. So those are the different scratch offs that we see. We always look. We're brand new at this. In case you haven't noticed, we're always tweaking it, trying to make it fun to watch. Our first day was this past Friday. That was our inaugural day. Today is day 4, basically. And again, we're constantly we're growing, learning how this works, make it more fun for everyone to watch. So in regards to that, remember, you can win cash prizes up to $200,000 by playing our Scratch and Win. Here's our ticket We do this live on our live stream. Here's the tickets that you'll be winning. I scratch it off live right here. And when you win, we'll go ahead and send you an email and then ask you where you would like the funds sent to. Different platforms, PayPal, Zelle, check, whichever one that you wish. And then what all we ask you to do is just put to your text chat there that you have in fact received the money, so that way everyone can see that this is legitimate. Cash prizes that you can win, the smallest amount that you can win is $5, and the maximum cash prize is $10,000. And of course, the grand prize is the brand new Dodge Charger. All right. Again, remember, all of this goes to Homeless Helping Homeless, to help the homeless get off the street into permanent housing. And just go into the description below and you'll find out exactly how the whole entire program works, as well as how to play the game. Okay. Now, things that we need for our organization, what we're asking for is to be able to work with affiliates. So if any of you would be interested in working with us, we would definitely be interested in working with you. That's one of the things that we need. We also need volunteers to help us with our phones, to help us with our program directing, and also what we're looking for is a couple other things here. Is one is clothing, anywhere from sizes extra small to large. Okay, so extra small, small, medium, large. Those are the sizes that we're looking for men, women, and children. Okay, and then of course food. We're also looking for toiletries as well as cleaners. All right, detergents. Clorox, any of that type of stuff, laundry detergent, floor cleaner, window cleaner, any of those type of things. So those are the things that we're looking for. Those are the things that we need. Today is Wednesday. What is today's date? The 14th of July. All right. And so it looks like we got about 3.5 minutes or so left in our programming today. Remember, we are on every single day, Monday through Friday. And the time frame that we are on Monday through Friday during the day is 1 o'clock p.m. to 2 o'clock p.m. And then on Friday, we have something a little bit more special where we are going to go ahead and do an evening live stream as well, in addition to the day from 1 to 2 p.m. In the evening, we're going to be on from 7 o'clock, right? Yeah, 7 o'clock to 8 o'clock. And again, it's all Eastern Standard Time. All right. So with that being said, we look forward to you all joining us. We look forward to you winning. Remember, I go ahead and scratch it off live right here. And that way you collect your prize when you win. And all donations go to our organization. Okay. Oh, pardon me. All right, so let's take a look at text chat, see what we have in here. Nothing at the moment. All right. Hope you all are enjoying our presentation today. Remember, all of these go to video, and you can view them at your leisure afterwards. We do ask you to be kind in your critique, because this is only day 4 for us. Again, we are starting off new in this realm. Any affiliates that we can work with, we greatly appreciate it. Getting in contact with us, just go into the description below, and you'll find out more about us in detail as far as all about our program, as well as how you can donate funding, as well as time, as well as how to play our scratch-off game. Okay? All right. So did we ever find out anything regarding the Rosetta Stone?
Yeah, I was looking it up. And so the Rosetta Stone itself was basically a proclamation from King Ptolemy V.
Yes.
Which is like, I'm the boss. I'm in charge. I'm the king because God said so. So yeah, I'm in charge, and also, priests should worship me. In case you guys forgot, right, all the way down over there, I don't want to have to come down there and beat you guys up if you guys don't agree with that. So here's a friendly reminder.
Right.
So I think it was more something like that, but it was written in ancient Greek.
Okay.
With the hieroglyphs. So there's ancient Greek at the bottom, then there was Demotic script in the middle, and then hieroglyphics on top. And so Demotic is another ancient Egyptian language, which is also logographic, like hieroglyphics were.
Ah. Okay.
And so they couldn't read hieroglyphics or Demotic, but they had some idea of ancient Greek. So it still took them a while to properly figure out the ancient Greek there because they weren't masters at it.
Right.
There's a lot of like words of like, like the official government text and whatnot that would throw them for a loop.
Now you said it was ancient Greek.
Demotic, which is also the ancient Greek, Demotic, and hieroglyphic. So it's hieroglyphic at the top,
right,
and Demotic in the middle, and ancient Greek on the bottom.
Demotic, Demotic.
Yes.
There we go. All right. So there you go.
Demotic. I don't know where the accent's
I'm not really
supposed
sure
to. I don't know what accent the syllable is supposed to be on.
So there are 3 different languages, and basically it's all about King Solomon is the king.
King
Ptolemy is the king. And if you have any disputes, you can just ask the man upstairs, and he'll go ahead and back up that story.
I mean, yeah, more or less. That's what the that's what the purpose of it looks like to me. But
that is cool.
But yeah, so that's the Rosetta Stone. So those were the 3 languages written on there.
And that was around what period of time? Once something BC.
196 BC. 196 is when it was issued. Now, Googling for Rosetta Stone, of course, the top links for all the Rosetta Stone site.
Right.
So I actually had to go down a little bit for that one. And it is 2 now.
It's actually 2 o'clock. So what we're going to do is go ahead and end our presentation here today, our live stream here. And we look forward to seeing you again tomorrow, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Have a fantastic day. Keep dry, keep cool, and have fun. Keep that positive mental attitude, everyone. Look forward to seeing you tomorrow.